Excuse me. A little rude of me. I put some taffy in my mouth. I thought I'd be done chewing. This stuff is my greeting odds and evens. This is one of my guilty pleasures, y'all. Taffy. One of my favorite stores that I shop at sell it in these big wooden barrels. And you just get, like, you put it in a bag and they weigh it, and it's like $7 a pound. Delicious. What do I know about saltwater taffy? Come on now. I know about it. You think they don't have saltwater taffy where I'm from? They do, fella. They do. Let's see something here. How does that look? A little shadow, huh? I'm still trying to get this. I've switched locations. And look, guys, I'm a candy eater. I pick. I don't eat it constantly. Like, I'll keep this bag in the house. I got this like 4 days ago. It was filled to about right here. So that'll last me 6-7 days maybe. It's I expend a lot of energy. I burn a lot of calories. Sometimes and I don't know if y'all deal with this being active, where you get these cravings for sweets. And I think it has to do with a deficiency. Like, every craving you have is a deficiency of a mineral or a vitamin. And I think it has more to do with magnesium. But that's okay. I give myself permission to eat a few pieces of candy. Yes, like swimmers, exactly. Because I burn a lot of calories. What's up, man? Matt Shorts. What's up, man? So everybody, welcome into the Proud Masculine live stream. April 28th. Thank you, Yana Chanel. Thank you. What's up, Shasley? Hi. And everybody, welcome in. We get a few people in here. We'll talk about some things. We'll talk about a little dating. Talk about a little mindset. Talk about future. Talk about building. We're going to get off on a few different things. There you go, odds and evens. Hit that like. What's up, Edie? Suarez says, what's up, Tommaso Campa. I don't know who that is, but all right. Look at that, 11-1, y'all. Come on, let's get them likes up. Got enough people in here. My boy DT is going to be in here in a minute. He usually has some good questions and good topics. Natalie and Jacob, welcome back. Good to see you. All right, I hope everybody's had a productive day, a good day, and welcome in to the Proud Masculine live stream. Tonight we're going to go off the hip, from the heart. As always, I don't ever have anything scripted. I'm usually discussing things that I personally. Thank you, Shasley. Thank you very much. Yes, I have bright green eyes. I inherited them from my mother. Beautiful lady, beautiful eyes herself. And it's one of the gifts that God bestowed upon me. It's gotten me in and out of a lot of trouble, y'all. A lot of trouble. But that's all right. Comes with the territory, right? Y'all know what's up. So, yeah, look, if anybody has any questions, go ahead and shoot. If you see me caught up in a discussion or an explanation and you need some attention immediately, put it in a super chat. I'll pause the whole pause the whole live and get to your question or topic immediately. Or if you just want to donate, feel free to donate to the channel. Anything helps and is much appreciated. And if you can't, you can hit that like and you can hit that subscribe. Let's get this community growing. So yeah, first thing, we'll start off with this. Let's see, give us opinion. How good are you? All right, we got a few questions. Chasley says, do you play any sports? Sort of. I mean, I used to play sports as a youngin'. I like pickleball, and I don't play jiu-jitsu, but it's a combat sport, you know. I don't do it for competition, though. My martial art of choice is Japanese traditional jiu-jitsu, which is the ancient feudal Japan samurai warrior hand-to-hand combat. And yeah, that's what I do. There's really no competition. You can't do that. You can't really practice that in real time. Like, there's no way to really spar. If that's one thing I would have as a criticism against it, is that. But other than that, it's a wonderful all-around self-defense technique. So yeah, that answers your questions. Natalie and Jacob says, you so nice. Well, thank you. I prefer to be kind rather than not nice. Do I like handball? I've played handball when I was younger. I'm not much of a handball guy. Quinn said, would you rather play a chess game with Obama or SpongeBob? SpongeBob. Shasley said, what's your favorite song? I don't know. I got a bunch of songs I like. He says, you remind me of Bill Goldberg, the wrestler. Yes, I've heard that before. I've heard that before. I can't talk like him. All right. Quinn's getting a little ridiculous. So here's what we do with ridiculous people like Quinn in the chat. You want to be silly, playing silly games or win your silly prizes. You're out of here. Adios, Quinn. This ain't that type of live stream, Bubba. I got better shit to do. I come in here, I take this very seriously. Got a few trolls rolling in, y'all. Give me a second. I don't know what's up with these people. Mustang, Camaro, I don't even really think about it. I have a Mustang, but I just like the way it looks and performs better than a Camaro. Sup, Zoos? I'm from Louisiana. Look, Natalie and Jacob, it's really not that kind of channel. I don't have a favorite color. Garcia, Navarro Garcia, Isaiah. George Floyd says he can't breathe. Well, George, lay off the fentanyl, buddy. It might help you. So, I was having a discussion today about somebody who's in a position where they're at they had a fork in the road in life, so to speak, a younger guy who I work with frequently. And he is not happy with his current occupation, as it's okay to be. A lot of people wind up in that place. And he's young. He's 21. And what I impress on him is what I do myself. And then as I tell the same, DT, what's up, Bubba? We got the trolls in. DT, get that kick button going, brother. I don't get bored, Shasley. If I get bored, I'm not doing life right. No, they're not funny at all. So anyway, I'm telling this young man is, what's up, Biggs? Telling this young man, Like, look, I know you're not happy with your current circumstance. And that's okay. It's perfectly fine. You're 21 years old. You're not supposed to have it all figured out. You're just supposed to be moving in a direction. Use your 20s to build. Use your 20s to make mistakes. It's going to go like this. You're going to use your 20s to party, go wild, waste a bunch of time, waste your 20s, and then sacrifice your 30s. Or you can be smart. You can be like the top 1%. Dial it in your 20s. Dial it in your 20s. Get on your grind. Don't worry about the partying. Don't worry about the girls. Get your money right. Get your body right. Get your mind right. Establish a business or two. Work your 9 to 5 and spend your 5 to 9 building something else that you can grow on your own on the side. And I can't help that. What's up, KC? Stream acting up meaning what? Am I cutting in and out? Am I doing that again? See, they do this shit on purpose. YouTube's doing this on purpose. All right, Shasley, you gotta go. What's up, Livs? What's up, Shinobi? Shinobi. So you can have your 20s. All right, Shinobi, just checking. Some idiot was in here putting some kind of wheel. I don't know what that means. Somebody said stream's acting up. Post says I look like a super. Super what? What's up, Mad Mass? All right, listen, y'all. I'm telling you, you do silly shit, I'm kicking you immediately. If you're not in here to be serious, don't waste my time and other people's times who come in here for something quality. I don't have much time. This is my Casey says, sorry I haven't been here in a while. Often I've been grinding, getting myself back together. You here were during dark times, and I appreciate it. What's up, Rockadoodle? Well, thank you, Casey. Do what you got to do, brother. We're here no matter what, waiting for you, brother. I'm glad I can contribute to helping you get back where you need to be. I wish you all the best. Much love, brother. Thank you, 11th Finger. That's a kind thing to say. I pray for all of my community. That's what this community is all about. That's why you come in here to troll and ask dumb shit like what's your favorite song and what's your favorite color. And if you like trains, well, that's what happens. Ba-boom. Good to see you, Shinobi. Thank you for dropping in. Peace out, brother. You want to be silly? I don't have time for that. That's not why I come here. I speak from the heart about sincerely and from sincere concern about men's health and men's well-being. It's not easy being a man, and that's okay. And I'm not saying, oh, you poor things, you need to. I'm not saying that. In society, and this is just the way it is, that nobody's really going to give a shit about your struggles and what you got to go through. And in today's society, there's an absolute wait a minute. Hold up. Casey's got an important message here. It says, much love back. In the 5 months almost since I found your channel, I've gone from 367 to 294 and still going. That's what the fuck I'm talking about, brother. Good on you. Get some W's in the chat for Casey's. Big progress. Dude, that's huge. That's huge. What's up, woke 0000? That's awesome, brother. I'm glad to hear that. This is why I do this channel. This is why I do the stream. This is what the brand's all about. Men in need who don't have a place to go and have a place to turn, where they think they're invisible. A lot of men walk around society feel invisible, invisible to the world, because they don't know. They don't understand. They don't understand that here's the harsher truth is people aren't supposed to care about what you do and how you do it. But the fact is there are people who do. And back in the day, you used to have a tribe of men to guide, to rely on, that just brotherhood that you had. In a modern society, they've isolated men from one another and told you this is something you got to do alone, suck it up. And that's not true. Strong men need a tribe of strong, like-minded men to hold each other accountable, to guide each other forward. We're no different. We get bogged down with problems and issues and concerns and indecision and certain things. And what you need in those moments where everybody has downtime in life, everybody has downtrodden times, that's when you need a strong tribe the most. Am I right? So, and society would have you believe that that's weak. And that's the farthest thing from weak. We're tribal people. As human beings, we're tribal, we're social animals. Nobody made it isolated, alone. Nobody survived. Now, you might have had people who stood out away from the tribe, but they still had the backing and the attention of the tribe. But they still contributed as well. And, you know, in modern times, masculinity has been stripped of men. So not only are you stripped of your natural core, of your natural operating system, your biological and God-given operating system as a masculine man, or you're shamed and stripped of that, then you're made to be felt like you're alone and you stand out and nobody cares. And at the end of the day, like, nobody really cares in a sense. But do you have somebody like me who does care enough to come tell you that there's a better way, there's a way you can get the fulfilling life you seek, that it is possible, no matter how far down the scale you've gone, no matter your past experience, no matter your upbringing, you can turn life into this amazing life whenever you're ready. That there's a way to do that. You're programmed. Everything you need is inside of you to tap into and uncover this amazing life and this amazing, strong motherfucker you can be. And that's, most people are so self-involved, they're not going to take the time to tell you that. But honestly, most people don't even understand that or know that enough to communicate to somebody. Nobody's been down. Not enough people have been down far enough and then made it back up. Let's see, 11 finger. I'm a month sober from alcohol. People like yourself have kept me on the straight and narrow. I just wanted to say I appreciate it. That's fucking awesome, man. Let's get some W's in the chat for 11 finger with the big 30 days sober. I'm coming up on 4 years, brother. Hang in there. I'm proud of you. Let me tell you something. 1 day sober for a real alcoholic is a fucking miracle. I don't say that lightly. I don't think people understand the depth of addiction and the strength it takes to string days of sobriety together. There's a power out there and it lies in God. And I hope you find God and can help you and lead you the way he's led and what he's done for me. I know you can. I know you can. It's not a matter of God's just there waiting for you to plug in. God hasn't gone anywhere. Quiet King said, I think for the rest of my life, if people ask me why my voice is high, I will cuss them out. I've always held stuff in, but now I'm going to be straightforward and speak my mind like they do. Nah, don't flip out on it. You might be genuinely curious as to why. Don't let people see that bothers you. Own that fucking shit. Own that high-ass voice. Turn it into a positive. What's up? I am. So yeah, and that's basically what this channel is about. Helping men. And men have a place to come where you know you cared about that. I see you. But also, when I say people don't care is because they're really not supposed to, A, and then B, everyone's going to care to an extent. You're going to find people, even like myself, I'll be happy to listen to what you have to say, but the next conversation we have better be about the solution and you starting to take action. Don't keep coming to me with the same problem and you're not trying to do anything about it. That's called wasting my time. Wasting your time, my time, and other people's time who will actually utilize and respect that. Guys, I got to eat a piece of this fucking taffy. It's sitting over here. One piece. It's going to be rude. I'm going to be fast. One little piece. This is the watermelon flavor. I know it's bad manners. So, when I come in here and do these live streams, it's because I want to. All right, that was good. It's because I want to. The reason I do these so late is because this is usually when I'm winding my day down. Can you believe that? Every day. 10:30 is usually when I'm winding down. So I jump on here for a little while. My life is packed full, day to day to day. And I find it, what I do is like a calling from God for me to do this and reach out to men and create a space available for men to come in who are struggling. And if you're not struggling, and I don't mean you have to be like bankrupt and broke, you can just have gone through a breakup. You could be just in a transition period where you're kind of stuck and you don't know which way to go. You could be battling some addiction. You could be battling heartbreak. You could be battling a divorce. You could be battling, a lack of a social life. There's so many different things that men get stuck and really don't have a place to go seek direction. What's up, Whitney? Whereas, there's a lot more resources available for ladies than there is for men. And what I've found also is that because of YouTube and social media and the internet, there are a lot of places that will invite men in under the guise of helping men, but it's some kind of shady shit. Oh, I promise you to make $10,000 a week if you follow this program and take my course. And that's not what it's like here. I'll offer one-on-one coaching, and yes, it's a paid service, but that's completely up to the person. But everybody I've coached and worked with gets amazing results. My work speaks for itself. I don't have to push anything. And the fact is, I get so busy between what I do for a living. You have multiple income streams, and this is one of the things that I squeeze into my day because it matters and it's important to me. And just this time that I've been doing my lives every night, well, practically every night. Sometimes I'll miss a day or so. I've gotten a ton of feedback about people who come in here and say, thank you. Thank you for helping me get through that. Thank you for answering. And then I get consults. People call me like, hey, I want to do some work one-on-one. Well, call me, email me, or DM. Like, hey, I want to schedule a consultation. This is what I'm going through. And that's fulfilling. When I get somebody like, Quiet King coming here and telling me that, and Casey Walls coming here tonight telling me he's watching me those 5 months and went from 367 pounds to 294, losing weight and still grinding. And he came here fractured and fragmented as a man. And he found something here that he needed, something that could get him going. And that's all I want to do. Find you a place where you can come and learn to be self-sufficient. And when the opportunity presents itself, you help the next guy. And you help the next man up. Put yourself in a position to be of service. We're all God's children. And if you serve God, you serve his children. It's that simple. And when you're called upon, you're going to be expected to do that. And I got to tell you, I do a lot, different things, for income. And the most rewarding experiences I have is from the feedback that I get from this community. Saying thank you. Saying that I made a difference, a positive impact on their lives. That's something that warms me inside out and head to toe. And that's God's way of reminding me that I'm doing the right thing. I don't always do the right thing. I'm not, I coach men in dating and relationships. I don't do my relationship right 100% of the time. You need to understand that. There's no perfect. But I'm transparent about it. I don't gas you up into thinking, when I dated, I dated plenty of chicks, hot chicks. I had a lot of sex, done the whole dating thing. Fumbled a few. Made mistakes in my relationship. We argue sometimes. Sometimes I do the shit that I tell y'all not to do as a human being. I have error. I have human error. I'm allowed to do that. I'm allowed to make mistakes. Obviously, it's not something as frequent, or it's not something that happens all the time, but there's an off chance I'm in a mood, or I just got a bunch of shit and something catches me off guard and I respond to it unfavorably. Difference now is I recognize it and I can correct and make an amends and get things back on course. But I'm not perfect. Do I avoid a lot more contentious moments in my relationship? Absolutely. Absolutely. Am I a strong, fit leader in my relationship? 100%. The best of us slip and fall sometimes. And it's not about the slip and fall. It's about how do you get up? And how do you move on to the next thing that needs to be done? So, no, I'm not a veteran. Honor. Oh, look, streaming live from his mom's basement. Said, damn, you look so feminine. NGL. Thank you, Darren. What's up, Brian Fury? So yeah, that's just the way it go. A little bit. I really don't understand numerology all that much. I don't know. I believe in seeing signs and numbers, like to reaffirm. Owner has a question. Boner has a question. Do you think talking too much is a bit feminine? Well, do you think trolling a man's live stream is a bit feminine? How else am I supposed to get a point across if I'm not talking? Would you prefer I type it in the chat? Or what about if I did sign language? You see, this is the men who need to be here the most. I don't kick the trolls right away. Hopefully they wise up and listen a little bit. They stick around and see I should be paying attention instead of coming on a men's channel trying to incite an emotional reaction out of another man to get my rocks off because I don't have anything else going for me in life. So I don't kick them right away. So, but that's okay. Some people are young and a little immature. I give them an opportunity to sit. What's up, John? How you doing, man? Great to see you too. Doing well, thank you. Do you think there are persons that are especially good at gamble? I don't know, Brian. I don't know anything about that. Good, John. Glad to hear it. Thank you, Darren. I tries. And that's all I do. I just come here and speak from the heart. I know from where I come from, I was in a bad place at one time for I don't have any mods in right now, no. Not at the moment. And I know the amount of work I had to do to get where I am today. This is how I know it's attainable. All right. Rebound relationships. Why do some last longer than normal? Great question, DT. So, in terms of a rebound relationship, I don't know if y'all know what a rebound relationship is usually a relationship that is gotten into immediately after a breakup to ease the pain of a breakup. They call it a rebound. It's essentially, and it can happen to the person, the dumper or the dumpee. The dumper who just got dumped can jump into something else to ease the pain of the breakup, or the dumpee, dumper can also jump into a rebound relationship to ease the pain of the emotional process it requires to dissolve a relationship completely and get over somebody. And typically the shortcut, which is not really a shortcut, it just makes things longer, is to jump in with somebody else who spikes that chemical reaction of falling in love again, that puppy love, that honeymoon phase. It's not uncommon. A lot of people do it. I highly recommend that you spend some time alone, process, go through the grieving process that's necessary to accept the breakup, get over somebody, really look at yourself, do some work on yourself before you get into another relationship, or you're bound to repeat the same relationship over and over. Thank you, 11th Finger. So, why do some last longer than normal? I think what he's trying to ask is, why do some rebound relationships last longer than they're supposed to? Because rebound relationships usually, they start out hot and they burn out fast, like a shooting star, right? And they fizzle. Because it's all built on, it's like a house of cards, a rebound relationship. It's usually just some excitement and some connection that was lacking in the previous relationship that said dumper or dumpee. It's just exited or been exited out of. And from the dumper perspective, it's recapturing that closeness, that excitement, that connection feeling with somebody. And they still, even though they're the ones doing the breaking up, they're still in a vulnerable place. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of, and especially in the beginning, being a dumper, the one who actually ends the relationship, there's this amazing feeling of relief and freedom that comes over you, like whoosh, like finally I'm out of this whole situation. And the dumpee is more like feeling like shit and hating life and sad, anxious, confused, angry, low self-esteem, all these things, and they're craving this connection back. It's the separation anxiety. It's the withdrawal. And there's multiple reasons why some rebounds last longer than others. I mean, it could be somebody who's been without any meaningful connection and substance in the relationship for so long. When you find somebody and you got that new fire, that honeymoon phase, that puppy love churning up, it's magical and it captures you. And that phase may go on a while, may go for months and months, may be something that lasts a little longer because of the connection, because of the things in common that you think you have with them, the satisfaction you get from that temporary being able to temporarily avoid the process of grieving the relationship. Like I said, either way, dumper or dumpy, you're gonna one day you're gonna face having to process and grieve the relationship. Nobody gets to run from that. And look, every once in a blue moon, a rebound slips through the cracks and people live. That's typically in a relationship where that person was checked out for so long in that relationship. By the time they exit the relationship, they've already grieved and processed, not having the relationship. That's how disconnected they were. That's usually when you see that. Sometimes it's because in the case of a dumper, they'll stay in a relationship a little longer to try to prove everybody wrong when people said, because they know deep down they shouldn't have jumped right into something. They know that's a little messed up. And it's not good for either person. But they're not in their right minds when they break up. Not even the person who did the breaking up is in their right mind. And they're suffering a little bit. And the suffering for the dumpee comes in the beginning. The suffering for the dumper is delayed. It comes a little later when the reality sets in. Because of the phases of a rebound relationship, which is the honeymoon phase, then you start comparing, then you start growing apart, then you start grieving. And a dumpee, you're already grieving. And then somebody comes along, it just kind of refills that, eases that anxiety. But they're still thinking about the person who dumped them, and they're not even fully invested in the relationship. So some on the dumper's side, it may last a little longer because they like have to prove that they weren't wrong. So they're going to try everything they can to make this rebound relationship work, even though they realize they fucked up. It's been months. They know they're not attracted to the person anymore. Now they're starting to think about the person they broke up with. And they're like, man, was I really too harsh? Then they're comparing the new person, the rebound, to the other person. And they're starting to recognize all the strengths that the person they broke up with had and that they admired so much. And this person doesn't have it. They're constantly comparing. But they're like, fuck, I already committed to this. I'm going to look stupid if I get out of this relationship right now. I got to make it work somehow. So for the sake of ego and saving face, you'll typically see this more in women than men. They'll try to stick it out to make it last longer. Sometimes, there is a rebound that has gotten into from either side, the dumper or the dumpee. Sometimes the dumper was the asshole, dumps the dumpee feels like shit. And through being apart from the dumper for some time, they realize, well, wait a minute, this person was an asshole. They didn't appreciate me. I'm a fucking great catch. And then the rebound comes in, and they're like, hey, I see you. I see all the qualities that other person didn't see, and I'm going to make sure you know that about yourself. Come on, come with me. And sometimes they just bond through that. And the person's able to process the breakup along with this new person. And this is more rare than not. So if you're just breaking up with somebody, I don't recommend you jump into anything. This is a very rare, like 1 in a million type situation. So that's why. I hope I answered your question, DT. Hit that like button if you haven't. That's right, girl dad. Rodera, look who's back. How did you do with the competition, sweetie? Look, Rockadoodles gave us y'all, Rodera, my other mod, she is in the military. She just had a strongest soldier, something along the lines, competition. What? C-Dub coming out of nowhere. I swear, y'all two conspired to get on here. I'm telling you. Y'all did that shit again. Oh, excuse me. Oh, shit. You ain't even started the competition. You're just training for it. Let's see what Rockadoodle has to say about this. Corinthians 4:16. So we do not lose heart through our outer self is wasting away. Our inner self is being renewed day by day. Amen, brother. I swear y'all setting me up sometimes. I know y'all ain't talking through the Telegram group because y'all never joined it yet. Y'all, I'm on. Open it up on YouTube. You were live in action. It's about that time, too. Yeah, I ain't got too much more to go here either. I was answering a question from DT. I don't know if you met DT, C-Dub. This was my mod, my very first mod for when I used to do just Wednesday live streams. Before Angela and you come along. That was my ace in the hole back then. He always brings about some pretty good questions. Well, good. I'm glad you both jumped on. Good to see you both, as always. Look at this shit. Baby blue, too. Y'all fucking with me now. I'm telling you. Y'all fucking with me now. I'm telling you it is, Rodra, all of a sudden. What's up, Daniel Farrow? Thank you, sir. Thank you for the sub, man. Appreciate that. Y'all three. Y'all are scheming on Instagram or something. Coming up here 3 times a charm. Fancy. You wouldn't believe who showed up in here. Yeah, Baby Blue, they just showed up. C-Dub and A-Rod just rolled up in here. Supposedly nobody knew they were coming. Thank you, Danielle. Daniel. What's up, Visor? Fancy. Now she's MIA. 11-11, y'all. Look it up. 11-11-11. Where's Fancy? She was right here a second ago. Fancy, come see, baby. She heard Baby Blues in the stream. She took off. Thank you, Darren. I do speak from the heart. Yes, Daniel. Yes, I'm in America. Hold up. Now, let me go see what his dog's at. Did I show y'all the almost finished kitchen? Y'all want to see the kitchen since I did the cabinets and all? There she is. There she is. What are you doing, baby? Huh? You got some people here to see you. Listen, you wouldn't believe. Guess who just came in here? Guess who just came in here? All right. We're about to move on to the next phase. What? 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 So this is the cabinets completed. It's giving me the fuzzies. See, the cabinets are no more wood cabinets. See, I moved the table out there. We're going to put a new door here. I got to add a light there. This is what's next. You see, we're deciding which wood to go with. It's cypress. We're going to wrap this in cypress planks. Yeah, it's not white. It's actually called agreeable gray. And then along the backsplash, we're going to have it lined in wood, trimmed in wood. This is going to all be different. All the backsplash where the tile is going to be covered and trimmed in natural wood. And as of right now, this may be, I got to take all this, make it flat, and then wrap it in the planks. That's the name of the paint color, I swear it is. Fancy? Hey, stop right there. Why you look so dirty? Why you look all dirty and greasy? Huh? What? What are you doing? I don't understand why you sit there. Look how dirty she looks. I feel like a bad dog owner. Like I'm neglecting my child or something. I'm looking all greasy and tattered. Anyway, that was the first part that needed to be done. We're about to start the next phase, which is that hood. Yeah, you ain't giving her a bath. I'll never get her back. No. The floor is staying as is. As of now. Mrs. Proudmasculine is able to change her mind at any moment. But we're going to do some work on that ceiling up there. I got to add some stuff. I want to get this kitchen completed 100%. I bet you would. All right, Chan, thank you for dropping in, brother. Have a good night. Who's better in the kitchen? Well, it depends on what you mean. Yeah, the kitchen looks huge now. And the table I used to have in there with the tablecloth, this tablecloth that C-Dub likes, I moved it into this room. But we're going to buy a slab of oak and get it rounded and put it back in there. What do you mean who's better in the kitchen? Cooking? I don't know. She's good. Depends on what it is. Like barbecuing? Not even close. She's a good old country girl, southern girl. She knows how to cook her ass off. She makes really good food. Brian Z. A bully is picking on me for being gay. Would you beat him up? No, brother, you got to handle that. Yeah, she's from Louisiana. Country girl, a little small town. She whips up some good ass food. Boy, she can make jambalaya like nobody's business. Everything she makes is delicious. Speak of the devil, I hear it coming in. Yep. Homemade jambalaya and potato salad. I'm so fucking hungry right now. Y'all don't be talking about food. I came home and jumped right on here. I got 2 tacos I bought. Joe, you caught some on this week because I was watching Cade Anderson absolutely shut down. Yeah, and I missed it. I wanted to see that game. That's right. God's country. You got it right. That's what we call it. God's country. The last vestige in America. Yeah, Cade, that dude's phenomenal. He's going to the bigs. You watch what I'm telling you. Well, look, everybody. It was great seeing everybody. I'm about to wrap it. I got to eat and sleep. I got shit to do. I got my lovely just out of the bathtub. Waiting for Papa. So, I'm going to go tend to that. It was great seeing everybody. C-Dub, Baby Blue, DT, Rodera, thank y'all all for dropping in. Rockadoodle, good to see you as always. Jesus, good seeing you, man. Sorry we jumping out so quick. It's time to end.